I feel that all the time.
That's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, maybe you're an open book.
People say that I live out loud.
That is, you live, laugh, and love. Welcome to the Backpack Show, everybody. We have an incredible episode today. We have Matt Damon. A little later on, we're going to be talking to
We don't.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Lindsey Buckingham.
No. Lindsey Buckingham. No. So, but we do have the opportunity, if they were camera ready, to bring my mom, Diane Brogan.
I have wanted your mom and dad on the show from the very beginning.
I know. And they say it's too early in the morning. So we said, great, we'll make the show in the evening. And they said, forget that too.
I know.
So,
that was disappointing.
Good morning, my dad.
Yeah. Guess what?
What?
You can come and join us in the studio today.
Today, studio show. You get to come and join.
We're going to play games.
We are going to play a game. Have you seen the movie Saw? It's going to be so fun.
I saw it.
Oh, no.
Hi, everyone. Tim Kitzrow from NBA Jam and NFL Blitz, welcoming you to The Backpack Show. Your hosts, Chris Brogan, Kerry Gargone, Boom Shakalaka.
Backpack Show.
You're not the only one who's got dad jokes. Hey, it's Chip.
Yep, Griffin, my gosh. So listen, let's do some ads, and then we're going to talk a little bit about cryptocurrency. It's a join us in the studio day, though. So cbrogan.me/join us.
Come play with us.
That's right. Shall we play a game? Okay, listen. So we are sponsored, believe it or not, by StreamYard. All you have to do is you can make your own video show this easy. Think about how cool it is. We can just bring guests in. We can bring 9 of you backstage at any one time. cbrogan.me/StreamYard. That's the tool for that. Hey, ever want to have an audio podcast? You can.
Hey.
Go to castos.com. You can get yourself hosted. We're hosted on castos.com. It is so easy, so fun. My buddy Matt Medeiros works there, and it's been great. Hey, let's see. How many more do I got? I just got a couple more, but I'll do the .online, and then we'll go to the next thing.
Okay.
Hey, would you like a .online domain? You can get one for $1. Hey.
A.online.
A.online, probably taken, but you can check. cbrogan.me/online. Use the code Chris in all caps. It'll cost you $1 to have that. You can get Winnie the Pooh .online probably.
Well, that I don't know. You might get sued depending what you put there.
Could be, yeah.
Hello, buenos dias.
Hey, it's Elizabeth.
I have a password for today for if people want backpack coin.
Hi, Jane. Oh yeah, because we're going to give away some backpack coin today as well, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What's the story there? I mean, what's the password?
Your mom.
Do this all the time. Your mom is the password.
Because it will never not be funny to me, especially when I make the joke about myself. Like I'll say it to my kids.
All right.
They'll be like, I'm not hungry. I'm like, your mom's not hungry.
The backpack creator coin actually went through a little bit of a valley for a little bit. It was down to like $2, and then just yesterday it shot up to $3, $3.275. So partly because rally
volatile, in case we didn't mention.
Yeah. So you never invest in creator coin. This is actually something you do as you're kind of giving it as a sort of, hey, I'm really glad you make this show all the time. I have really benefited from the guests that you've brought to the show. I've learned so much and I've connected with people and, really put a sparkly part in my day. So this is $3.275. You go to rally.io/creator/BKPK if you want to buy some. But if you have a free Rally account, just rally.io gets you a free account. We will throw some coins in your account today.
You just have to tell us what your
secret password is.
Yeah. So what you do is drop me an email, Kerry@chrisbrogan.com, and tell me the password, your mom, and tell me your Rally
ID.
Yeah, I need that because otherwise I won't know where to send it. And we'll send you some. And you can just hold on to it. You don't even have to give it to us.
Hey, so if you ever wanted to see me wear man makeup,
I have not, but
I have. I got a little red patch right here on my forehead. And
makeup is the last thing you need for that.
I have cortisone, something or other. Okay. But Jane's gonna give me concealer, so it'll be concealed.
No, Jane, don't.
I don't know. She's gonna give me something.
Don't enable him. Don't enable him.
Have you seen my puffy eyes? I'm gonna glamorous.
It's like I don't even know you anymore. What happened to Dented? What happened to just put it all out there the way that it is?
I'm supporting Jane and her boy makeup man. So, do you put makeup all over the beard? Come on the studio and I'll let you get a close-up look. cbrogan.me/VP Live.
Yes, come and play with us.
I mean, join us. cbrogan.me/join us. And we're going to do loaded questions. Eric Pose's incredible game, official game company of the Backpack Show. Loaded questions. And there's Leslie. So she can join us. She can be camera ready. She probably can't. She's at the office or something like that.
Oh, she's trying to sneak. Well, the thing about loaded questions is great is you can play with us on camera or you can play with us in the comments.
That's true. That's true.
And Jane, are you saying Chris is very glam?
I'm very glam. That's for damn sure.
I for sure am not.
My pal Dexter Patterson was here yesterday, preacher, and he didn't even say that he was watching. So if you're sitting there on LinkedIn somewhere, just say, hey.
Hey.
That would be very useful. Go to cbrogan.me/join us to join us live in the studio, or we'll be forced to talk to each other.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Well, so do you want to play loaded questions? I could ask you some.
Let's start with the first question. I'm in.
Okay. So the first question, loaded questions, official game of the Backpack Show. As you've seen, we had Eric Poses on before. He's the game's creator. So every once in a while, we get to drag him on and play with us. But today, it's just us and you. So come and join us in the studio. What sounds dirty but isn't? Sounds dirty but isn't.
Oh, I have a pretty quick answer for that. Philatelist.
Ooh, what does it mean?
Stamp collector. A philatelist is a stamp collector.
Seriously?
But a philatelist is my mom is a philatelist. So Chip, you're not camera ready today. Is your hair messy?
Dear.
Yeah, that's my answer. That sounds dirty, but isn't. What do you have? Do you have a good one?
Oh, yeah.
Extra set of teeth.
No, no. There's this fish I heard of once. It's a Hawaiian fish, and I'm trying to remember how you're supposed to pronounce it, so I don't say it the incorrect way. It's like. It looks like a-hole, but it's holy or something. It says Hawaiian fish. And it sounds really dirty, but it isn't. Yeah.
That's from the Hawaiian island of Kamanawanalea.
Oof.
And
ouch. And then the other thing is when I was in Spanish class in probably the 9th grade, when the Spanish teacher talked about Lake Titicaca, everybody was like, ha 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 ha. Like, because you're only 1 grade away from the 8th grade and it's not far enough. So yeah. So tell us in the comments, play loaded questions with us. What sounds dirty but isn't? Or if you want to come on camera with us and play loaded questions, you can. cbrogan.me/join us and we'll play some loaded questions. And if that wasn't enough to entice you, if you want some backpack coin, email me the password your mom and and your rally ID. And I'll send you some backpack coin.
Oh, Leslie has an answer.
Okay.
What sounds dirty but isn't? Dongle.
Oh, she's so right about that.
Dongle is one of those words that as a professional speaker, you have to say way more than you ever thought you wanted to.
To people that you never want to be dirty with. Like
Right. I show up at the marketing profs conference and I'm handing this to Kerry and then I go, wait a minute, I don't have a dongle.
Do you know what it's like for me?
Can you provide me with a dongle?
I brought my own dongle. I have a bag full of dongles.
Penn. Christopher Penn has everything in his bag.
I did. I have a little silver bag with a Hershey Kiss on the front, and it's full of dongles.
Your dongle bag. That sounds really dirty.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Leslie says I have to restrain my immature self whenever someone at work is looking for one, especially when my boss asks where his dongle is.
Oh, no.
Oh, Elizabeth wants to join us, so she wants the link. It's real simple. cbrogan.me/join us. Mm-hmm. We'll bring you right into the studio with us.
Paul says mastication sounds
best
dirty.
Mastication works best on Chrome. Just like StreamYard. That's so true. Sounds dirty, but not. It's funny how much stuff sounds dirty when I start to think it's me. Like maybe I just am dirty.
Right.
And everything else is not.
Right.
And it's just me. But we're playing Loaded Questions, official game of the Backpack Show. So you can join us in the studio. Come play with us. I heard your beads. Come play with us. You hear
nothing. I've got the mute button right on. See?
Do you know how long that was broken for?
I don't know how long it's broken for.
Did anybody tell you? You feel
I
like
still have a client. I still have a client, but
Would you like? Somebody should tell you if you like ripped a hot one and your mic button was not muted.
you would think, but I have this feeling that they did it, and now they just know.
They just know. Come play loaded questions with us.
Chip
We have
points out quite aptly that anything can sound dirty if you say it right. Fred Faulkner the Fourth
says I'm always dirty. I am always dirty.
That's pretty accurate.
Accurate. Hey, guess who's here?
I think Leonard Cohen.
No, can't be Leonard Cohen. Maybe it's Evelyn Waugh.
Barry Eisenberg.
No. You look. That's your button. I'm not doing it.
Oh, okay. I'll hit the button, but it's going to do something. Ready? Watch. Elizabeth.
Hello.
Hey. So
you might have to mute us, though.
Coffee. Oh.
We're hearing ourselves back.
Or turn your volume down a little. Either way, we hear us back in your mic.
That better?
Sure.
I think so. So what sounds dirty but isn't?
Oh, I was actually Googling all the sailing terms because we're always joking about that. I was like, I haven't had enough coffee yet to even like have him pop up.
Well,
Sailors
in rowing, there's the coxswain.
Ooh. Yeah, Rowan has the coxswain. You know, and we're always making jibes at each other, you know, while we're jibing, and then, you know.
There's a bunghole, which is the whole board in the liquid type barrel to remove the contents.
Mm-hmm. There's a liquor store in Massachusetts called Bunghole Liquors.
Yep, right on the way between Salem and Peabody.
When we make the mark roundings, we have to raise the pole.
I bet you're really good at that. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Exactly. It's actually one of my jobs.
All right. So let's try another. And this one's a little bit less risque. If you could have anyone as your next door neighbor, who would you choose?
Ooh. Is it okay to admit that I have a crush on Keanu Reeves?
Yeah,
no,
of course.
It's absolutely not okay.
Absolutely.
That's illegal.
You should tell us all the things that you've secretly wanted to confide in someone, but didn't feel like you could. You should just tell us.
Keanu Reeves.
Well, come on. He's like the only celebrity that doesn't have any frenemies.
That's true.
Yeah. How about you, Chris? Who do you want to live next door to? This is going to be something. Let's see.
Oh, I have to answer appropriate to the Backpack Show. Because Christina Hendricks is the real answer. But the other answer is I just thought about this last night because I was replaying.
You really want Christina Hendricks knowing how you live?
Like, that's a great point. Never mind. Matthew McConaughey. I just replayed part of Green Lights last night while I was falling asleep. So I had all these dreams that Matthew and I went to Costa Rica. And I was so unprepared. I didn't bring all the right things.
Chip says good fences make good neighbors. I hear your beads, Christopher. But no, that's the thing. So anybody you have next door to you is going to see like your comings and goings and hear all those bitchin' fights you have or like whatever stuff you do. So you got to choose carefully. I think I would pick Mr. Rogers. I mean, assuming that was an option.
Mr. Rogers. I like that.
Because he's not going to judge you. And right? He'll make you feel like okay about your life and help you fix things. Right. Well, Leslie's right there with you, Elizabeth.
Yes, I love you, Leslie. Come on, join us. Be camera ready.
Pick an avatar.
Well, she can't because she's at the office. Like she's sitting like right next to the coworkers.
Oh, next to the boss. Chip says, I just met my new next door neighbor who moved in 2 years ago, and I met him when he was coaching a game that I was umpiring.
Oh.
Huh. That sounds potentially problematic, but
yeah. There's people who've lived in my building for years. I still don't know their name, but I used to know all the originals.
I actively try not to know my neighbors, which sounds bad.
I make sure I know my bottom stairs neighbor because I want to make sure that they're happy.
So they don't tell on you? Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I seem really standoffish, but everybody in the South expects that from me because I'm from Boston. So they're just like, it's just how she is. It's fine. But I don't want them to know my life story. So Chip says, at least I didn't have to eject him. So we're playing loaded questions. Who do you want to live next door to? Tell us in the comments. Chip, who do you want to live next door to? Not who did you actually get stuck with. Who did you want to live next door to?
And if you haven't commented on the Backpack Show recently, now my parents said hello at the beginning, but I mean, maybe they have a next door neighbor that they want besides just Corky. And
they
Michael.
they have the neighbors they want. Didn't they choose that house because they like the neighbors? I feel like they met the neighbors like while looking at houses.
My parents meet and make great friends everywhere they
do.
go. It's unbelievable.
They
They could be on
do.
Easter Island and they'd be like friends with one of those heads.
My mom asks everybody questions and gets information. I'm amazed at what people will answer for her just because she asks.
Does she ask it nicely in that like Southern buttery way?
She asks, no, my mom's not Southern. My mom is totally towny, like Ben Affleck out of
Totally
the town.
Boston.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My mom asks it like she's desperate to know the answer. Like who's pregnant, who's dead, who's been arrested, everything. She needs to know everything. And for some reason, people tell her, and I don't know why, but we're playing loaded questions, which my mom doesn't even ask loaded questions. She asks totally just invasive questions, and people tell her things. And I never understood how.
Now,
Maybe
Annette's
that's why I'm
out
an
on her
interviewer.
walk. Annette could join us.
Chip doesn't.
Cbrogan.me says join us.
Chip doesn't want any neighbors.
Chip doesn't want any neighbors.
I think
No.
Chip would like it down here in Texas. I was just looking at a friend of mine's acreage. There was 18 acres for sale.
You keep your eyeballs off my acreage, Elizabeth.
18 acres. Out by your way, though, wouldn't that be pretty costly? I thought that the greater Austin area was this like real estate boom right now.
Oh no, this is about an hour and a half out where your neighbors are cows.
Got it.
My neighbors can be cows. Just kidding. So what's one thing you refuse to share?
Uh-oh.
It could be your coffee. It could be,
Oh no,
shirts.
you got to stay away from my coffee cup. I do not
Yeah.
like sharing cups, especially because half the time I have a straw.
Oh, so you totally can't share that.
Yeah.
Your mom says they have the best neighbors. What's one thing your mom refuses to share, Chris?
What does my mom refuse to share? That's a great question. I would have to really think about that. I don't think my mom would give you anything.
I don't share food. I'm like, don't touch my food. Order what the hell you want. You're not getting you know how people will get stuff and then yours comes and they're like, that looks so good. You mind if I try a little? I'm like, yes, I do.
Right.
Yeah, I ordered it because I want it. When I'm done with it, it's a totally different thing. Then you can have as much of it as you want. But like while I'm actively working on it, it's mine. That's mine. I don't share food.
Don't share food.
No. Chip doesn't share passwords. You know, for somebody who's not willing to join us in the studio, you have a lot to say, Chip.
A lot of answers, Chip. Speaking of not sharing a coffee mug, I ordered myself a present yesterday. I love this YouTube series called Reactistan, where they ask these tribal people out in Pakistan to try things they've never had before, like KFC. And they're always like, oh, I don't know what this is, right? So there's this old guy, really wonderful old guy on the show, Mustafa. And his mug that I ordered says, only God knows what they put in this. So that's the mug I'm getting.
I love their attitudes are so different, like about their willingness to try new things, what they like and don't like. It's really fun to watch.
Tell me we aren't going back to food sharing post-COVID, says Jane. Keyboard ready.
I never did it, so there's no difference for me.
Let's talk about that for just a quick second about the things that you get into post-COVID. Elizabeth, you're down in Texas, which hasn't really had the best track record as far as, behaving as if there was a pandemic anyway. Are people acting like there never was a pandemic down there right now, in your estimation?
About 20% of them.
Mm.
Tennessee's only 37% vaccinated too, so it's like a southern thing.
Well, I think it's worse in the more southern states. Texas used to be its own country, remember? So we're a slightly different southern state, but yeah. I'm kind of going. I have friends. I'm on both sides of the thing because I have friends that are actually allergic to the vaccine, but at least they're being precautious, and whenever they go out, they wear the mask. But the other side of the things is like there's some parts of Austin that never shut down. So I avoided going downtown.
Right.
Yeah. Well, now I'm seeing that people who didn't get the vaccine because whatever they think Bill Gates is interested in what they're doing on a daily basis and wants to microchip them, they're like, yay, no more masks. And I'm like, that's not for you, dumbass. That's for everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm going, it's like, if you weren't vaccinated and you're the one taking the risk by going in without a mask to an enclosed environment. So,
yeah. So, Chris, you never did tell us what you won't share.
What won't I share? I don't like to share the covers. That's for damn sure. You get your own bed clothes. I mean, I'll have my set and you can have your set because I'm not sharing. I like mine.
Fine. So you and Chip will have to sleep in separate beds.
Chip and I will have to have separate beds.
Chip says they showed up on the Christmas show unshaved and without a collared shirt, but it isn't Christmas without a collared shirt.
Oh, that's a cute line.
Jane says, we've learned that Bill Gates is way too busy dating to monitor our microchips. You are so right. And Chip says, Bill Gates is welcome to track me all day. I would be so embarrassed. I'm telling you right now, like, it's boring as hell. For one thing, I work from home. So he'd be like, oh, she's still at home again. Okay. Fascinating girl.
Well, I don't understand the big fear about it all because they've already chipped our tires. So anybody who has a car, they can just track me by my car. Forget about my phone.
Just keep your phone in a potato chip bag, Elizabeth. That's what you
Exactly.
do.
I can keep my phone in the potato chip, but you know exactly where I am if you follow the chips in my tires.
So come play Loaded Questions with us. Anybody tuning into the Backpack Show right now is like, what are you even doing?
What are we talking about?
We're playing Loaded Questions.
Let's go to the next question because I got
Yeah.
only 9 more minutes with you guys.
Bye,
Wow.
bed. What would you not want to find in your partner's bedside drawer?
Oh, good God.
An extra set of sheets.
Well, I think
Also-
that it's the obvious question of another lady's panties, but
a device that's streaming to Twitch.
oh, yes.
Make
He's
sure you
like,
like and subscribe.
Close the door. My day won't compare to Bill Gates' visits to Epstein's townhouse. Oh, Chip.
True that.
What's in Chip's? I'm not even going to ask.
So what would you not want to find in your partner's bedside thingy?
I mean, there's tons of things I think that fall into that category.
My head went to like gross things like, used napkins or something, or like,
Human teeth.
Oh, I know. Toenails, like if like some people, I do not want to know if you use your drawer as no.
Gross. No, you're so right about that. Okay,
Yeah.
so if anybody else has any ideas on that score, pop them in the chat, or you can come in and hang with us for the next few minutes. We're doing the show. You're invited to play Loaded Questions with us. Official game of the Backpack Show. And we want to give you some backpack coins. So if you're watching right now, you've got to email me your rally ID and the password your mom, and I'll give you some backpack coin. Jane says the only thing in the cat's drawer are treats and their brushes.
Mm.
So I think it's okay. Why are you looking in your partner's bedside table, Chip? Mrs. Chip Griffin, I'm going to need you to go upstairs immediately and open the drawer on Chip's side of the room, please, and report back. Thank you.
I'm hoping it's some Lego
Very much.
minifigures. So we can have little conversations.
I'm just saving the ads for the end at this point if you got any more.
I got 2 more ads, but
We can do them at the end because Elizabeth has to go.
yeah, Elizabeth has to go in a few minutes, so we'll do it after that.
Okay.
You haven't
So we already did what do you refuse to share? Okay. What television show would you watch if it included full nudity?
What television show would you watch if it included full nudity?
And if you say Teletubbies, you get put in a special FBI file.
Well, I could always be nice and say Star Trek, but I was like going, I think MacGyver.
What? That would be dangerous. Things blow up in MacGyver. Like,
Well, that would make it even more fun. It's like, what the heck?
I think I would want to watch like Night Court or something and just watch everybody trying to act normal. Like just pretend. Don't say Golden Girls.
No, I was actually going, my next brain was like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because some of those vampires were actually hot.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? I don't know if you get hot when you're vampired or if they only vampire hot people, but there's got to be some pudgy vampires.
That's right.
What do you think?
Yeah.
So, Chris.
Coach Woodard might lose his smoking jacket over this. He said that he'd rather watch so Chip wants The Apprentice. Coach Woodard said he'd want to watch The Backpack Show. And my dad wants to watch Simpsons with naked people.
That would be funny because they're animated. Like, who wouldn't want to see Barney naked?
Oh my gosh.
Law and Order. Ooh, that's organized crime. That specific one for some
I'm
reason.
trying to think which one that one is, because
It's
I
the one
mean,
about organized crime.
I
Well,
would
if we're going to go Law and Order, we might as well go also CSI.
Okay, could do that.
Yeah. Warwick. I would watch that.
Mhm.
I thought Chopped.
Oh, that would be dangerous.
Yeah, one fryer later.
There's so much potential there for catastrophic injury.
Oh, see, Chip called it. Chip said, well, maybe, organized crime because of Chris Maloney. And
Oh,
so that Jane said, yeah, and Dylan McDermott. I mean, come on. Yeah.
so yeah, Criminal Minds, says Leslie.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that would be good.
Yeah.
I wish there were enough cop shows to watch.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so boring. I would want to go for like the funny angle. Like I would want to watch them do a serious drama, but everybody's naked, or like I would want to make it ridiculous
Like
and
The
watch
Crown?
them ignore it. No, like Night Court, but that's a
Mm-hmm.
comedy show. But like, or any kind of show where they're gonna try and.
Oh, well,
like,
we
be
got to go back
serious.
on like to Hawaii Five-0 or the one with Danny DeVito.
That would be pretty campy.
Taxi?
Yes. Yeah.
That would be so good.
You know, TV has continued for 5 decades since all these shows you're
You
mentioning.
know, whatever. The problem is there's so much nudity on shows like now that
Well,
this
that's
question
true.
is almost meaningless. Like if you said, "Oh, True Blood," you see everybody on True Blood naked. Everybody, people who don't even need to be naked, like the weird neighbor will be naked, or whatever. So most shows have a lot of nudity already. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you have to go back to the old ones.
You
or
do.
figure a way to twist a cartoon.
I think so.
Naked
Your last
is the
chance to
place for
join us
me.
in the studio if you want to play with us. Oh, hi, Kate. We're
Hi,
playing
Kate.
Loaded Questions.
Soon.
We're playing Loaded Questions, the official game of the Backpack Show. And we don't have too many left because we don't have too much more time left.
No, we're almost done the episode. But
Almost.
yeah, I mean, if we go old shows, I could do like Hogan's Heroes.
Oh, see, wouldn't that be funny? Like for no reason, just everybody's naked and you're like, you're trying to ignore it and they're trying to ignore it. I don't know. I just think that's funny. So what is an instant mood killer? I feel like if the guy says something like, "Oh, I got to go check in with my parole officer," like, instant mood killer.
Thinking
Leslie.
about naked TV shows worked for me.
Leslie says it seems like Gilligan's Island should have been naked at some point.
Totally
So-
agree with you, Leslie.
Yes, except I actually think the censors were really hard on them. I was watching one of those shows where they tell you about all the struggles of getting TV shows made, and they had to make special shorts for Marianne that had a little point in the front to hide her belly button. There's apparently between Marianne's belly button and Ginger's boobs, like they got no peace from the censors. Like everything had to be, all the costumes had to be tweaked and everything.
Oh, wow. It was,
Yeah.
they could not even think about that show.
How's that, Chip?
Chip says the angled bookcase behind Chris has been driving me nuts for months.
It's almost even.
And your mom says good morning to Kate. Now, Mama Brogan, what won't you share? That was one of the questions I was very interested to know the answer to because you're so generous. You share everything. Is there anything you totally keep to yourself? And Chip also thinks all this time you've been screwing with him, Chris. He thinks you did that on purpose and that you kept the thing crooked. So what's an instant mood killer?
So while you're waiting for that answer, I do it on purpose. It's for people with OCD. I also go into places that are public, like banks or libraries, and tilt pictures on the wall.
And they're like, "Sir, this is a Wendy's.
That's right.
Get out."
A mood killer. What's a mood killer, Elizabeth?
Oh, God. I'm just like thinking all of a sudden you're like having all of a sudden a good time. And then, wait a minute, somebody farted. I mean, you giggle, but at the same time, it's like you can't even go back to where, I am in the land of barbecue where it's like pinto beans and beef. That's like the worst combination.
So, Chris, what's something that like you think this is happening? I really am into this person, and then something goes awry, and you're like, "Oh, definitely no." You're in the no category.
I have very intense feelings for you. That would be it. Wow, look at the day. Well, my dog died Friday. If that's real, Kate, and not just a conversation point, that's terrible. And I'm sad.
Oh,
It's
look
very
at your
sad.
mom. She says, "I don't share mean information."
Oh, that is true too.
Some they say, you shouldn't gossip. Ask yourself before you repeat something: is it true? Is it kind? And is it necessary?
Mhm.
Almost never necessary.
Well, Kate, you win.
Chip says my constant commentary is a mood killer.
I can't even imagine it in bed.
Does this have anything to do with how your wife is recovering from cataract surgery, so she can't see what's in your bedside drawer? There's a lot going on at the Griffin household.
I'm going, it's like, ooh, do we need to send a care package to Chip?
It may be, but be very careful what you put in it. So
I'm just thinking you always have the cookies you talk about. So
I love me some cookies. Coletti's cookies
Coletti's
in
cookies.
Boston. So good.
yeah,
If you haven't ordered from them, you should.
I think Chip needs those cookies.
We're very nearly out of time. But email me, Kerry@chrisbrogan.com with the password your mom. That in quotes, your mom. I mean, because if you say your mom's name, I don't know what that is, so it won't pass. But your mom. And I'll send you some backpack coin if you give me your Raleigh ID.
Well, it's 9:31, so I gotta be booped out of here. But I hope somebody else joins.
Boop, boop.
Well, thanks,
Well, we're
Elizabeth.
done.
Boop, you're gone. All right. See you. Good. Thanks for coming by. All right. So we have only 2 more ad reads we got to read.
You're so funny.
We're sponsored by Presearch. Presearch.com. You can look up anything you want there. It is a competitor to the Googles, and
You should
fun in
always
that way.
save this one to the end so Kate gets to hear it.
Yeah, Kate, when Kate shows up after her other meetings and stuff, she'll be here and go, hey, he's mentioning Presearch. So
Stick it to the man. Use Presearch.
we're Presearch fans here. Presearch.com, you get crypto and all that kind of thing just for using it. And hey, speaking about crypto, what are you doing with your money? If your money's in the bank right now, you're silly. You've got to go to Elevation Financial and level up your money. This is important. So Michael Reynolds, who sponsors the show, Elevation Financial works with socially conscious business owners. So this is the kind of people that, if you want to invest your money, it's people who don't want to wreck the environment. This is holistic financial planning and ESG investing. Hey, did you know what ESG investing is? That aligns your money with positive impact in the environment and progressive social values. Oh my God, put it up. I love it. Oh, that's great. So Michael Reynolds is a fee-only fiduciary financial advisor. He can serve everybody in all 50 United States.
Hooray.
ElevationFinancial.com.
Chip wants their URLs in the ads.
No,
That's a fair point.
I usually do. But
No. Somebody's feisty today.
only just a little tiny bit. It's all the blueberries. I ate half of a pint of
Wish
blueberries
to.
today. There's
I had to use Google to find Presearch. No, you don't. Presearch.com.
Presearch.com. It's right there.
.com. Or you could do presearch.org, but presearch.com is preferable.
Yes.
Yes. So we actually have guests again tomorrow, and we're trying to keep one day a week, like just us, join us kind of show if we can.
But that means you have to join us, you big jerk.
I mean,
burglars.
ideally, don't call people jerks. It probably works better on Fridays. This week it was Wednesday just because we had someone who wanted Friday. And Friday, the people who want to talk to us are Habitat from Humanity Arizona people. And we were like, yes, you can have Friday.
So
we're
it's
willing.
going to be 3D printed house person. These people make 3D printed houses for Habitat for Humanity.
So we were like, yes, you can have Friday because they deserve it. And then tomorrow we have Andrea Jones-Roy, who's a social scientist, comedian, and circus performer. I was like, how do I not have her on?
She's the one about complexity?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that was difficult to figure out.
Well, because it's complex.
That's why.
Yeah. So I'm excited. So come back tomorrow and meet Andrea with us.
Yeah, because I think it's a toss-up between Andrea and Dusty, who's going to be a more interesting show. I'll tell you my opinion on who I think is going to be the better show. Well, good thing I fix this mute button. Now